it's finally here. I started working on this, I think like around the 1.6 special program, and it took me quite a lot of time to be able to release these to everyone, because yes, this is going to be for free to everyone. Either you are just a player looking to optimize your stuff, either you are a content creator who wants to get access to some kind of calculator and do things yourself. This is it. This is like a huge project that I decided to take some time and work on something that anyone can use, because my previous calculator, for example, it was like really bad. So first things first, it was tailored for a single character. So let's say, for example, I'm using Soldier 11, but who am I using Soldier 11 with? An Astra. Okay, then we need to add, for example, 20% damage from Astra. We also need to add 25% crit damage from Astra as well. We need to add 1200 attack for that. So you see all of these little things that you need to keep adjusting in your rotation, in your calculation. It makes this feels really bad to anyone to use. Me, myself, I hated using this. Sometimes like doing all my tests and calculations, it was really bad, you see. So that's why I decided to work on this new one. And for this new one, I had one thing in my mind. It needs to be as simple as possible so anyone can use. And this is how I came up with a huge table, a huge calculator, as you can see. It supports like 3 different things slots, as you can see. You just need to pick up whatever you're planning to use. Let's say, for example, I want to use lighter, right? Then lighter is going to use blazing laurel. We're going to use a phase 1 on his weapon, and then let's put here some rotations that I made up with the chain attack on the stun window as well. And there you go, it's going to work and add damage. All the buffs, all lighter buffs, ice resistance, fire resistance, blazing laurel buffs like fire damage, fire crit damage, and ice crit damage, everything is automatically added to everyone. You want to see, for example, let me change this. Let's put, for example, Evelyn here. Oh, I forgot to make like Evelyn rotations. Fuck. Let's put Lucy here. Okay, Lucy is going to work. Sorry. Let's put Lucy here and let's use, for example, this rotation here. Chain and ultimate on the stun window. Let's change the weapon to her own signature. Where is it? Kaboom the cannon, phase 5. And then look at this. The moment that I remove Blazing Laurel, you're going to see that Lucy damage is going to drop. Let's place Sting Over, for example. There you go. Lucy damage drops. You see? Because everything works without any kind of interaction. You just need to set up your things and it's going to work. See? It's just amazing. You see? That's how easy it is. You want to change the builds, you can just go over here and slot whatever you want to. And change the uptime. Let's say you only want to give this with a 20% uptime to everyone. You can also change this like right here to everyone as well. Every single buff that you think, let's say for example Lucy attack, you can just change to 0% and there you go, lighter is going to lose the attack, as you can see. There you go. So yeah, that's it. It's super easy. Anyone can use it. Let's say shield defense buffs. There you go. You can add, let's say right now we are playing with a fire damage buff. 40% damage buff you can add as well, and see how saturated some numbers are. If penetration is going to work better than damage, for example, things like this, you can just do whatever you want that easily. So it took like a lot of time, but it's just worth it. Like looking at this working, it's super satisfying. You see, on my previous calculator, I had a substat optimizer. You can see here, for example, depending on how much of a stat I have, let's remove, for example, crit rate here. You're going to see that the number changes because this is going to offer me like a lot of damage increase. But then let's say I'm hitting the cap on crit rate, then it changes and it's going to tell me that, hey, crit damage is going to be your best pick. Everything changes here, but I didn't manage to replicate this here because the way that I made this before, it's like I'm running 10 different calculations, one for each substat. I don't know if I can find another way to work with this and make it work back here, because I find it like super interesting and I really would love to bring this feature back on this calculator. But when I decided to add this to this calculator, well, it's like 3 different characters running 10 calculations. It was bad. It was really, really bad. So instead, I just decided to remove it. It's sad, but it is what it is. You can just add different substats here, and then you can just compare stuff here on the results sheet. For this, we have like a bunch of scripts that I'm writing. You can see the code for yourself. but basically you just click a single button, let's say Lucy stats, and there you go. You click a button, it's going to copy all the stats, all the builds, everything you're using to this results sheet. So it's super easy for you to then select a baseline, and then let's say I want to see how if Lucy is better with her signature, or she's going to deal more damage using, I don't know, Miyabi signature weapon, right? Then let's add this one to the thing slot 3. And even though Miyabi signature is not active here, you can see that Lucy deals more damage with Miyabi signature. So you see, everything works like really fine, and all of the team buffs checks if the additional ability is going to be active. You see, for example, Lighter requires either a faction member or attacker unit on your team. So let's say, for example, we have Sokaku here as a DPS. Let's put some weaves and then chain attack on the stun window, right? And Sokaku is a support, right? It's still active because of Pulchra. Pulchra is a Sons of Caledon unit. But look, the moment that I remove Pulchra, you see, there you go, bye-bye, no more damage on Sokaku. The moment that I add Corin back, you can see the damage from Sokaku increases, because lighter buffs are going to be deactivated the moment that you're not meeting the requirements for his additional ability. So everything works like that easy. That easy. You don't need to think like about anything at all. You just need to pick the character that you want, pick all the rotation that you want to use and test, and then make your build here, and there you go. You're going to get all the stats, all the damage calculation, everything. That's it. Oh, and by the way, these checkboxes here, it was a suggestion on my Discord server. A few hours ago, I made like an announcement on my Discord server saying, hey, the spreadsheet is almost done. I'm just finishing some stuff, and I'll be recording a video talking about it and releasing to everyone. And then someone came to me and said, hey, can you try and add some checkboxes for your calculator, because drawings don't work on mobile? And I say, oh really? I had no idea. So then I managed to also add these checkboxes. You can just click on them and they are going to do exactly the same thing as clicking on the drawing. There we go, another Lucy copy here, as you can see. Another thing, that if you decide to click on this drawing for the very first time, you're going to see a bit of a scary message on your screen saying Google hasn't verified this app. The app is requesting access to sensitive info in your Google account. I am not. I have no reason to do this. Trust me. This is like just a warning message from Google. Basically going to be a copy and paste feature. That's it. Another really cool feature that I really hope I can get some extra input from other players is basically online version, you know, like a huge collection of rotations for different characters, you see, because I personally can't pull off, for example, 16 slashes with Haramasa on the stun window, but I know that there are some players who manage to do so, but I don't know exactly how the rotation works, you see. I don't know if you're using like 2 chain attacks, I don't know if you're using only a single chain attack, things like this. And so basically the idea is I'm going to open probably a Discord channel on my server where you can submit builds, and these builds are going to be added to a public spreadsheet like this one here, and this is going to be imported into everyone's calculator. See, this is going to be like updated for everyone without the need to get a new copy of the calculator, you see. But I also working to make like a local version of this. Right now I'm still working on this because I had to fix some stuff, but right now I still work on this. But basically the idea is you're going to have an online version of this rotation compendium, you see, where everyone can help submit rotations, the other things, that this is going to be like publicly available for everyone to put into their calculators and see the DPS difference between whatever they are doing and whatever another player does. So basically you can make your own builds. I'm going to be adding this to the calculator as well. This is like a build management thing, you see. You can load your build, you can save your build, and I also added same checkboxes here in case you are trying to use this on the mobile. You can do this as well, but basically the idea is you can make your own builds here, adjust things accordingly, or you can use someone else's build that are going to be adding to the builds sheet that everyone can use. I don't know how feasible this is going to be. That's why I adding this local build feature to everyone, because I can't focus 100% of my time into this. So I know that there are players who want to do their own rotations, who want to test their own things here. That's why I'm adding this script, this whole thing, which basically just makes a build for you. You just put here the number of times you're using each skill. If you have any kind of damage bonus, days bonus, effects, you can put here as well. Because, for example, we have Ambi. For Ambi, we have the extra days on her basic attacks and EX specials, right? So if you take a look here, you're going to see that EX special is going to be used 2 times. These EX special buffs are already like in the calculator itself. So the EX special is benefiting from the 64% damage, right? But there's also a burst rotation here, which is basically just defense assist into EX specials. And as you can see, I added a minus 64% days to this because you're not benefiting from the core. So things like this, you are free to do adjustments as you want. But if you don't care for these things, if you just want to see like weapon comparison, for example, for yourself, then you don't need to worry about this, because some basic stuff, really basic rotation, I am going to be adding for every single character. And if someone wants to fix, someone wants to help me with these builds, because I don't play with every single character, I don't know like optimal rotations for every single character, but you can just join the Discord server and say, hey Muzzy, I think your rotation is shit and I have a better rotation for you, and that's it. I'm going to be adding your better rotation to the calculator, to the public spreadsheet. But yeah, that's the idea. And take a look, for example, here. I also managed to work with anomaly build up share. Here on the bus rotation, you're going to see that we have like Lycan stats, we have Sokaku stats, and instead of making like a calculation for Lycan and another one for Sokaku, instead what I'm doing is I'm getting both of these stats and balancing based on the build up share of these characters. So we get like a whole new anomaly proficiency, whole new attack penetration stats that is going to be used to calculate the anomaly damage. So this is quite good. Not perfect. I managed to do some tests before, which is right here. For example, I managed to do some tests and it was working actually. As you can see, it was like a test we using a rotation of Evelyn 2 EX special, including the explosion, the final explosion, and into Bernie's all the way to the finish of all the way to the burn effect. And there you go, you can see that somehow it actually works. But due to the way that build up share is hard to measure on the calculator itself, there are sometimes it's not going to be the same as you're going to see in the game. It happens. These are like small caveats, small problems with calculations itself, but it is still working and is going to give you some really good values on the anomaly damage, on build up share, and other things like this. This is the same calculator I'll be using for all my calculations from here onwards. All my guides, everything is going to be made using this. For character updates, for example, we have Trigger in a few weeks from now, I think 2 weeks. 3 weeks, I can't remember, sorry, I think it's 2 weeks from now, probably on the, I can't promise on the release actually, but at least a maximum of 1 week after the character release, I'll be adding other new characters to this spreadsheet. About leaked content, don't count on me on this one. I never enjoyed working with leaks, so if you're expecting to see support and characters that are not officially released, you're not going to see it here. But from the moment that you make a copy of this calculator, you are free to do whatever you want. If you want to mess with some background stuff here and try to add numbers for yourself, you are free to do it, but I'm not going to give you any kind of support for doing this. That's it. If you have any kind of feedback, if you have bug reports on something you discovered, then I highly recommend you to check my Discord and leave a message for me over there, either on the server itself or just send me a DM, anything, and I'll be looking to fix it in a future version. Just a quick thing here that I need to note is that since it's a Google Sheet, due to the natures of Google Sheets, once I make new updates for this calculator, let's say for example on the second half of 1.6, once Trigger release, you're going to need a new spreadsheet. So you're going to need like to make a new copy of it. You see, so your copy is not going to get automatically updated except the build thing. This one is going to be automatically updated for everyone, but new characters and bug fixes, anything, you need to manually go and pick another copy of the spreadsheet. That's how it works. Anyway, this is going to be available for free. That's right, no paywall, no features. All of these scripts you're seeing here, they are going to be available for everyone to use. If you want to support me, I put some Patreon, Coffee, and all my socials here. You can just leave a follow, you can just donate. I made a tab here where supporter names are going to be added as the list grows. Hopefully, I don't know if anyone is actually going to donate or not, but you don't need to do like anything to use this. This is going to be for everyone to use, and I really hope it can help you in whatever you are trying to achieve. I can't tell you, hey, you need to credit me if you use it. No, I can't. The moment that you make a copy, I'm out of reach. I can't do anything. But if you use these to make any kind of content, just give me a link for your content. I'll love to see this in action. If you're just a player, I really hope this can help you do whatever you want to get some better scores on shield defense, on deadly assault. And yeah, that's it. Hope you enjoy it for free. As long as I can keep maintaining this shit. Don't know how long it's going to be, but I hope I can keep this up for a real long time. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. Enjoy the spreadsheet, which is right now should be publicly available. You don't even need to join my Discord, by the way, because the link is down below in the comments. And yeah, that's it. Enjoy this, and I'll see you in my next video. See ya. Bye-bye.